Hey everybody! Today what we're going to be looking at is sets of numbers and orders of operations. We're really going to be focusing on orders of operations. And if you remember, that's like GEMDAS or PEMDAS, depending on how your teacher says it. Let me go ahead and write that down. And this just shows you the order on how you solve a problem. It's grouping signal. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. Grouping symbols. Those are parentheses, brackets, absolute value, exponents, multiply and divide, adding and subtracting. Now, I know you guys are taught that you just go down in order, but I want you to remember that multiplying and dividing could actually flip-flop depending on which one comes first when you're solving it from left to right. So when you're solving from left to right, if division is before multiplication, you divide. Same thing. When you're solving left to right, if subtraction comes before addition, you would actually subtract before you add. But remember, multiplying and dividing always come before adding and subtracting. So let's go ahead and look at this. This is saying 15 plus 70 minus 10 divided by 30 minus 5. Now, because of this problem, the whole thing is being divided by. It's kind of like a big giant grouping symbol. So we're going to take care of that first. And then we are also going to do 30 minus 5 first, or excuse me, second. So 15 plus 70 is 85. 85 minus 10 is going to be 75. And that is all going to be all over 30 minus 5. And 30 minus 5 is 25. Then what we're going to do is 75 divided by 25 is 3. All right, the next one is 4.2 divided by 0.3 divided by, take away 1.9 times 0.5. Now, good news is we can always use calculators on these, so if we get stuck or don't know how to use these, we can bring up our calculator. So let me go ahead and bring up mine really quickly. And we can go ahead and solve this. So we're going to start with the parentheses because that's our grouping symbol. We're going to do 4.2 divided by 0.3, and that's going to be 14, minus, and we're going to do 1.9 times 0.5, and that equals 0.95. So then all we're going to do is subtract those. We're going to have 14 minus 0.95, and that'll be 13.05. And that would be your final answer there. So let's go ahead and jump and look at the next one. This one's the trickiest, not only because it's fractions, but because we don't have any grouping symbols right away, so we don't know what we could do exactly. So remember, in PEMDAS, out of all those words, that multiplication is the first one that pops up to us. So the first thing what we're going to do is solve this. So I'm going to have 1/2 plus 3 times 5 is 15. 5 times 6 is 30. And I'm going to add 5/8 to that. Now, you could get everything to have a common denominator, but I noticed that 15 over 30 is just 1/2. So I'm going to have 1/2 plus 1/2, because 15 over 30 reduces to 1/2, plus 5/8. Now, there's a few ways to solve this. I see 1/2 plus 1/2. Well, 1/2 plus 1/2 is just 1 whole, plus 5/8. And if you have 1 plus 5/8, that's going to simplify to just 1 and 5/8. All right, so if you guys have any other questions with orders of operations, please feel free to email me or your teacher. Hope you guys have a great day.